Oh, sorry. Hey everyone, it's Pearlescent Toys, back in today's video with another Marvel Legends action figure review, and today we are looking at the 85th anniversary of Marvel Astonishing Wolverine. I am very excited, as a lot of people are calling this the greatest Hasbro Wolverine figure already. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. My voice cracked, I'll leave that in because it's funny. Here is the side art. Nothing on the back right here other than some more astonishing art. Love that. Love the hair too on the arm. Wow. I really got to get into like the Astonishing X-Men, all those storylines. I wasn't a big comic book reader back then, but I mean, hopefully I get the chance to catch up soon. Here is the UPC in case you're needing that. But without further ado, let's get on with the review. This iteration of Astonishing X-Men began all the way back in 2004 with a series written by Joss Whedon and illustrated by John Cassidy, and that would go on until about 2008. It would change up people every now and then, but yeah, it lasted from 2004 to 2013. And this is the look that Logan sported for much of it. Here we have the cel-shaded Wolverine right here, and you can see like it borrows a lot of design elements from that tiger stripe suit that we saw like in the 80s and 90s. However, it just changes things up. It modernizes it a bit. Of course, the blue is darker. The tiger stripes are replaced with yellow instead of black. You know, that belt is no longer red. It is black. And yeah, just a whole lot of different design choices were made when updating it. And I feel like it stays true to that design much the same. You know, it doesn't really try to set itself out like too much. You know, as you can see with the boots, done away are those big old fin pieces at the end of the boots, and in its place are more shrunken down versions of it. It still protrudes out a bit, but it isn't as as like egregious as like the 90s design. Not saying it's bad, but like this one is more grounded, honestly, and it does have some little panels right here, some little sculpted detail right there. The paint is very good. I wouldn't say it matches up with the yellow plastic of the figure all that well. Of course, you're going to run into some issues when you try to paint yellow over any type of plastic that's darker, because it just always ends up looking so yeah, that's a little weird. But other than that, like, I love the boots. I love like the wrinkles in it. It is flat for the most part. Now going up to the pants, and there is a ton of sculpted detail there. As you can see, like, these lines right here are actually sculpted. It's raised off the leg itself, and including these ones going down here. And yeah, it's paint. I love the paint right there. It matches up with everything else. And I gotta say too, I love the musculature showing through. It isn't a whole lot, but it is a bit. You know, it kind of looks like he has like a lot of padding on. Ooh, the butt. Let's see. I would rate this butt it's 7 out of 10. I'd rate it a 7 out of 10. That's gonna be my new thing going forward, I guess. Sure. Um, yeah, I love the little hip sculpting there. You know, the paint. I love the wrinkles too on the sides right there, and of course those line details continue up onto the hip, and that belt looks really good itself. Love the little canisters right next to the red X logo right there, and my God, this torso is sculpted to perfection. It's really, really great. These lines down here are like, it's like the blue is sculpted, it's raised up, so it gives off a different layer to like the yellow underneath right here for the tiger stripes, for the middle, for the shoulders. The shoulders are painted. Yeah, and the musculature, like I said earlier, the suit, it doesn't give off so much of his muscles. Like let's say, yeah, let's bring this guy in. This is using the same exact mold as the love triangle one. You can see that he's just like, oh, you can't even see it, it's on frame, oops, sorry. Yeah, it's just like bulging through. But here it's a little bit more subdued, which I actually kind of prefer. Yeah, it definitely gives off that suited vibe. I'm also loving those arms. I love, 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 love the paint apps on those. So a lot of Wolverine figures tend to skip out on painting the arms in, especially the ones where he's like in the suit. I know a lot of figures of him in like streetwear have the arm hair, but like for some ungodly reason, they just keep they keep neglecting the arm hair. For look, 97 cell shaded. Both of these don't have arm hair. The Love Triangle does not have arm hair. So I'm really glad to see it finally make an appearance here. The arm is kind of sculpted too. Like it has some like raised sculpting right there for the hair, but it's not like too much. It doesn't look ridiculous. Yeah, most of this hair is just painted on. You can see right here on the shoulder, there are a bit of lines for that hair, but yeah, for the most part, it is a lot smoother than most other figures. Oh, pinless too as well. That's really good to see. Same effect on these boots as there is on the gloves that there is on the boots. You know, these raised little things. I'd say the paint on here was done better than the boots. Still doesn't really match up with the yellow, but at least it's a bit better. And ooh, you get a line right there going down. Same with the other side. And these gloves, man, yeah, they're using the movie Wolverine claws, the Fox 20th anniversary, I guess. I love these claws. I think they're my favorite in the entire line. Love them so much. At first, I thought it was the 97 claws, but I'm kind of glad it's not because man, these ones just look so cool and they're really pointy too. A lot better than like Love Triangle for sure, or the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure Wave. You know, the one that they've been using since the return of Marvel Legends, pretty much. Let's move on to the accessories. And first up, we have this head sculpt. Yeah, let's just take a closer look at that. Just looking gnarly. I absolutely love that. He's just, I love the expression that he's making. A lot of, well, not, I wouldn't say a lot, but like the most recent Wolverine figure that we've gotten, in like a classic uniform 97 Wolverine, didn't have a face like this, which was my biggest critique when it came to that figure. You can watch my review if you want. It's a little old, so you know it's a bit dated. But yeah, my biggest complaint was that it didn't come with a head like this. So I'm really glad that this Wolverine came with this head sculpt specifically. Yeah, just looking gnarly, and the detail in the teeth too. Wow, just that digital printing is used to fantastic effect here. And then up here on the head, yeah, just even more sculpting. One thing I haven't really loved about this design is that the little eye flap thingies just don't protrude as much as like the classic designs, but I'm all right with this, honestly. Next up, he comes with his unmasked head. This head sculpt is really good. I love the look of it. Again, Hasbro have just been knocking it out of the park with their photoreal heads, and this is no different. Of course, the hair isn't as wild as it is for like the other comic book Logan figures. It's more reminiscent of that Hugh Jackman hairdo from the early Fox movies, and that's pretty much a look that they were trying to replicate in the comics at the time. So, yeah, it's good. I love it. I absolutely love this head sculpt. One detail that was missed out that I've seen online is that it doesn't come with like a hood for the back, which is really simple. I think this piece came off like the Love Triangle 3-pack Wolverine. So I'll just unplug this. I'll put it back here. The yellows don't exactly match up. I feel like the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure Wave would be a much better fit if there even was one for that. But yeah, you get that like hood down accessory. He of course comes with his clawed hands, 2-fisted hands with his claws retracted, and also a hand with a pointing gesture and an opened hand. You guys know how I feel about like mismatching accessories. I am not a fan of this, but yeah, both hands look like perfect. I just wish we had, an open hand for his left arm and then like a pointing finger for his right. You get it. But going over articulation, the head is able to move up this much. It is able to move down that much. He has some pivot and some side to side movement, and his arm is able to move this far up, and he is able to move this far back and this far forward. He has rotation at that arm as well, and he has an upper arm swivel, a double jointed elbow that is able to bend in this much, and he has your standard wrist hinge moving up, down, all the way around. With his upper diaphragm joint and lower ab crunch, he's able to bend this far back, this far forward, and he can also move a little bit side to side with that pivot, of course, side to side movement right there. And you can move the lower ab crunch on its own. His leg is able to kick out this much. It is able to go out to the side that much, and it goes back a decent amount. He has upper thigh swivel, a double jointed knee that bends in this much, and he also has, oh no, swivel right there. Never mind. His foot is able to move this far down, this far up, and he has some. All right, onto the size comparisons. Here we have the Astonishing Wolverine next to the animated cel-shaded VHS Wolverine and 97, Ninja Wolverine and civilian attire Logan. Here he is next to the Toys R Us exclusive Wolverine. Here he is next to Cyclops and Beast, Sasquatch Wave Deadpool and the 2-pack Deadpool, Forge and Storm, Darwin and Morbius, Commander Gary and Grogu, and finally Jeff the Shark and Spider-Ham. Time for my final rating of my overall thoughts. I think I'm going to give Astonishing Wolverine here a final rating of 9 out of 10. I'll give him a 9 out of 10. Honestly, this figure is almost perfect. You know, of course, I'm not the biggest fan of the design, but I gotta admit, like, this figure is just, it just blew me out of the water. It's making me a fan of the design, actually. My biggest critique are those hands, you know, the pointing finger and the open ones. Really wish we had a matching set, either pointing fingers or the open hands or both, because yeah, it just really chaps my hide when Hasbro do that. It's just really annoying. So yeah, that's why it kind of went down a point for me, just for that. Pretty much, I'm really petty. But other than that, yeah, I can't really find anything else to complain about other than like maybe the yellow paint doesn't match up. But man, that's just such a slight nitpick, because the rest of the figure, it just blows me away. It's making me a fan of the Astonishing design. It kind of makes me want to go out and buy the other figures too, Cyclops and Emma Frost. But yeah, I'm gonna give this figure a final rating of 9 out of 10. Would highly recommend it. But yeah, that'll do for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Anything you can do to support the channel will be greatly appreciated. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Bub. It kind of works. No, it doesn't.